Good evening. It is a Saturday night at like 10, 11 o'clock. And I figured I would hop on, shoot this shit. Been a little bit of a slower past couple days because of the entire market absolutely dumping. And yeah, I actually have a couple things that I wanted to say about that too. Because not gonna lie, I got rinsed. Absolutely cooked. But I want to talk about it when I get like the stream started like a little bit more. What's going on? Soulful on YouTube, Volted on Twitch. What's going on, guys? Past like 2 days were really weird because of the whole Israel and Iran conflict. I took one of I think my most unfortunate trades of my life. I got a little bit too overzealous on a perps trade, and then the war stuff came out. Like I was basically like in a long, and then all of the war news came out, and I got like so cooked. Wasn't one of my worst trades like it was one of my worst trades, but I was able to like hold through the pain until it recovered a little bit. But it was definitely like from an execution standpoint, it was okay. But from like how bad it could have been, like it was really bad. Really bad. Really bad. But luckily for me, I was able to get out of it. Unlucky for me, I've still been trading perps, and it's just like the past couple days have been so weird. Can we see the trade? It wouldn't show up. It was a perp trade. But basically I like oversized in to a Launchcoin long, and it was just like honestly the worst trade ever. Like I never should have taken it. It was just like all around a terrible trade. And then the worst part was that I instead of just cutting it for a loss. So basically what happened is I took a long, I was down like a couple grand, and then I ended up sizing into DCA cuz I was like, "Ah, whatever, like, I'm pretty confident that this will go back up." And then all the war stuff happened, and it just like completely fucked me. Like it was one of those things where it taught me a lot about because I really don't like trading perps. I've seen a lot of people who have like blown up their entire portfolios and like lost everything due to perps. And I could see why people go down like a pretty dark path trading futures, because especially like if you think that you're the shit, you can get into some really bad positions, like oversized into stuff that like maybe you shouldn't be in. Whereas like the idea is you want to make money fast, right? But most of the time you're better off just like holding Bitcoin, and you'll like out like a lot of I think I've heard like, if you just hold Bitcoin, you'll outperform like everybody basically. Was it the long from 2 days ago at 200 mil? It actually was not that exact one because I didn't stream that day, but I did enter a launch coin long at around 200. Yeah, like around there. And then I had to DCA, and I really didn't want to get liquidated. So I ended up like just oversizing. It was just really bad. Like it was really bad. And it was so bad to the point where I even told myself, I was like, I'm never sizing into a perp trade ever again for the rest of my. It was a bad enough trade to where I literally told myself that I was never going to do that again, because part of the reason as to why I sold all my like almost all my spot crypto over the past, call it like 3 to 4 weeks, is because of all the uncertainty. And that's not even just like, I mean, the war stuff obviously happened 2 days ago, but it was more so about the stuff that like the tariff stuff. Like every time like something with the tariffs got announced, the market would react so weird. And I kind of got tired of that. And so after I got like tired, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to sit in stables. And then sure enough, like what happens? The whole market dumps because of the Israel and Iran thing. So yeah, I have like a weird outlook on the market. I'd be interested to hear what you guys think about it for sure because I'll say this, like I've always been one of the most bullish people. I've always like held a lot of my net worth in crypto, and this is like the least amount of crypto that I have held basically in 4 years, which is weird, but it's just because like anytime Bitcoin takes a dump, everything else just dies after. The only thing that I would be willing to hold right now would be Bitcoin and hype, and both of which I am okay with kind of sitting out on both of those. And the reason why is because I think that there's better opportunities out there. Like I feel like you're going to be able to get better entries on stuff. I'm short-term bearish, yeah. Basically. But like I said, definitely interested to hear what you guys think about that because it was a tough like past couple weeks. And the past 2 days like even they made it a little bit worse too. How much did I lose? Why don't you go put a number and I'll say higher or lower. How about that? It was it was enough to where I was like, damn, that sucks. You know better? I do know better. That's the thing. You're totally right. I should not have been long. Like, and the other thing too is like, and this is like a no shit thing, but like if I had shorted it, oh man, I would have printed so hard. It would have been such a great trade. But that's like the whole thing with perps. Like you have two choices, and if you pick wrong, you're fucked. No, it wasn't. It wasn't. It was less than 30K, but it was still like significant. And I do know better. I don't. I don't know. I think one of the things that makes it hard for me, if I'm just talking out loud, is that the issue is that. Hold on, let me type in my Discord real quick. I think the issue that I have is like, as somebody who is like, I do YouTube, I do stream and everything. There's like pressure to be right. Like, there's pressure to win trades. But like, the fact is like, everybody thinks that everyone else is like the GOAT on Twitter and shit because everyone is constantly talking about like the wins that happen. And everyone's like, oh, yeah, like, oh, I made like, this amount of money. But nobody really shows their losses. And so I think it's like one of those things that when you're in like a losing position, at least in my position, like I want to like I want to first of all, I want to win regardless. But like I also want to be right because being right adds legitimacy. But the fact is that like people make mistakes. That's why I'm even telling the story to begin with. Like I'm basically telling you what is going on, like the like trades that I've made, like what's going on. Like I'm pretty transparent about this stuff because nobody else that would hop on stream and then just be like, yeah, I just had a fucking shit week. Everyone would be like, all right, like let's go, like let's hop in the trenches, bros. I understand your trade though. It seemed like a good bounce level for launch, and Pasternak was saying he got things lined up. Yeah, so that was the thing. Is that in retrospect, um, the issues that I had were one, I oversized, and two, the war happened. The war announcement happened. The whole thing happened. So it's like one of them I could control, the other one I couldn't. but the one that I could control would have saved me a lot of headache. So, yeah. The other thing, and this is why I'm not probably not going to trade Launchcoin that much. If I see like a good opportunity, I might. Launchcoin is quite literally one of the most market made tokens on like in crypto right now. Um, if you look at Launchcoin, it has the second most volume out of like all Solana coins. Maybe not on centralized exchanges, but DEX. Like if you check like DEX screener or whatever, the number one is Fartcoin, obviously. Number two has been Launchcoin. And it is just such a market made token. Like what they do is like you can even see it. Like they walk it up. I could show you exactly like what they like. It's pretty obvious like what they do. But I'll show you right here. So like let me move. Oops. Let me move these. So like what they do is like they walk it up and then they dump it relentlessly. See like here it was more so like in this first area, they kind of chilled out here, like they were kind of helping it. But dude, it's like basically it dumped all the way down to 100 mil. They walked it up slowly, and then look at these dumps. Like these candles right here, from 100 or 250 to 184, and then they like walk it up again, and then 220 to like 163. Like this is just it's just and then this dump too, like they dumped it from 176 to 150 today. Like they basically just dump, walk it up a little bit, dump. Like it's just not like think about this. This was the bottom here on the 1st. This was the top on the 11th, and today is the 14th. So basically they walked it up. They walked it up for 10 days, 10 11 days, and then they dumped it over the course of like 2. It's like, hey, let's just erase 10 full days of pumping this chart. Now, for what it's worth, the market was bullish. Sol was pumping. But like, dude, imagine holding spot of this. Like you're essentially getting cooked for 50% from the top. It's just ridiculous. Thoughts on Chill House? I mean, it's a derivative, but it keeps getting pumped. So, uh, I never would have bought it. I never would have bought it at all. But it seems like people are kind of getting behind it, which is funny because of what it is. Literally just a derivative token. But yeah, so my point is anyway is that like first of all, I'm definitely not buying spot Launchcoin ever again. And then the second thing is um when it comes to perps and stuff, I'm definitely going to size down because I even know good traders. I was talking to a couple buddies. I know good traders that are getting fucking rinsed. Like I have a friend that same thing was in a long, and when the war happened, he got fucking liquidated on those like mega wicks from every like just the relentless dumping. And so you can be a great trader and still fucking lose like a lot. Useless will be top of this cycle. You know, I actually don't disagree with you. Um, I'm afraid to buy it here because it's too high. I also had fun fact, I was one of the top holders. I was a top 10 holder of this coin at one point, and I sold because I was worried, and me selling was actually the move because this is when I was like top holder, basically like right here. I was one of the top holders of the coin because I had to DCA down. I sold into this pump. I sold too early, and like my sells were around 22, but it did dump down to like 5. And dude, if I had still been holding useless, like when it dumped down to 5, I would have fucking absolutely shit myself. I'd have been so mad. But I did make 187 soul out of it, out of all the times I traded it. The chill house community will come after you saying it's a derivative. Chill guys, okay. I don't really know or care, to be honest. So when are we bidding this? When do we bid Aura? When it dumps to 100 mil? This is a pretty substantial dump here. How far? Damn, they dumped it 214 to 170, basically in like one candle, two candles. This was over the span of like 20 minutes. Yeah, when are we buying this? The most incredible fucking chart in all of crypto. You'd send now? I'm not buying this. Not here. You saw a wallet that was selling 1K SOL every 5 minutes earlier? And on this? Yeah, Zen, I agree. I agree with you. When you have moves like this, well, you knew it was manipulated. But I would be looking to buy this at like sub 100 for a swing. But it's like the thing with this is I feel like this does dump down to like basically zero. Like I feel like what this was a group that decided to pump it and bait like a lot of people into it. And you got to have a lot of capital. And I haven't done any research on this, so I could be wrong. But the minute that they say it's over, it's over. Here's the wallet. Let me check. I'll look. How do I filter? I always forget how to do this. Yeah, what the fuck? Holy shit. Somebody dumped 3, 500, 650, 750 million. No, wait, 900, 1.1, $1.25 million worth of the token is what these guys were dumping. Holders since 30 minutes ago, so they transferred it into this wallet. I could look deeper into that, but that's fucking insane. That is crazy. Where did the thing go? Oh. Bro, that is nuts. So they basically dumped I want you to think about this too. They dumped $1.25 million of this token, which sent it from 220 down to like 160. So that means like one person had the. How do I get rid of this? I'm done looking at this. I guess I have to refresh it. But that's why, like, if it dumps hard enough, you know what's crazy is there's this guy Solo who put 10K in. He already sold 750,000 worth, and he's still holding 750,000 of it. We could go and look, actually. Give me 1 second. Let me log in. I'm already logged in. Hold up. I don't want to give away any of my information. I'm going to show this in 1 second. Yeah, wait, this was like a fresh ass wallet, I think. Why did they even do this? Didn't Solo have Insider? I mean, I guess. He must have. But he's also the kind of person. I'm not even going to go through this. He's one of those kind of people that, like, he has bag held a million things to zero. So I kind of don't. I don't, like, doubt that he also just, like, he has a lot of money sitting in tokens, which is weird. Like, he has a lot of money that he just has, like, in dead coins waiting for them to pump. Which I always used to look at his strat and I was like, man, this guy's crazy. But it's like, he lost, what was that? AI, it was A16Z, that coin, where, like, he was up a couple $100,000 on that coin and didn't sell any of it, and then it rugged. And it's just like, he's just a totally different person. He can do those kind of trades, but, like, here's the thing, just because you can doesn't mean you should. And he is just, I've watched him. You have to be willing to hold through the highest of highs and, like, be delusional, and you have to be able to hold through, like, the lowest of lows too. And he is just a dude. Solo might be, like, one of the craziest traders, straight up. He's just insane. What's my take on Retire Coin? I haven't really looked at it. I could. I mean, we can even look at his wallet if you want. Like, he bought 70K of KLED, sold initials, and he's holding 480,000. He bought 8,000 of Gainsey stream. He bought here's the thing. He bought 300K worth of verse, and he's down like 100K. And there's nothing that and he's not even selling it. He's just, like, hoping that it pumps. Like, literally just waiting for it to pump back. Or he'll just dust it forever. Boop, I know he's down a lot on Boop. But he's just, like, he's just built different. Like, he's the definition of somebody who is willing to risk it all, and he comes out on top. He's the GOAT. I remember Brainlit from a while ago. Damn, so Aura was his biggest trade ever, at least on this wallet. Yeah, he's fucking crazy. He's got the money. Well, you gotta get to that point, you know? Let's see what bad losses he has. Like, you don't just spawn with money. Like, I don't think that he just spawned with money. AI16Z. I'm talking about A16Z. I'm talking about this coin. I'm talking about this one. That went from, like, 18 mil down to, like, 450K in one candle. He made 10 million on Peanut. I don't know about that. I was thinking about switching back to my old wallet. I haven't been using my wallet, and I should. My old wallet has a pretty fucking crazy P&L on it. I've been using I've been using a wallet that has a worse P&L, and nobody gives a fuck about it. Just funny. I'm confused. Why does it say he has an unrealized profit of 1. Oh, yeah, he cooks. His alt wallet? I believe it. Regardless, I believe it. If you told me that he made 10 million bucks on a couple coins, like I wouldn't even be surprised. The thing is, like, I know we're talking a lot about one dude right now. This guy's getting a whole fucking segment on stream. But the thing is like when I've literally watched his trades, and I specifically would not, like, considering the things that he has held, and I've watched him and I'm like, why are you holding this? And then like a month later it pops off. It would just doesn't put it, but like you just know that people like that are good. That's why I like people like him, and why I think almost, I mean, we already know, but like why everyone else is just full of shit. But dude, I don't know how old he is, but bro, he has like the risk that he takes is like insane to me. You don't like how Axiom isn't accurate with PNLs? Yeah, I agree. That's like their one downfall. Their one downfall is that like you can't really get like a good, like, this should be so different. Like if they really wanted to fix this, like I might even bring that up to them. He said he's 19. I take a lot of risk too. Like, not to say that I don't. He's like 10 years younger than me, somewhere around there. I still take risk. I'm not like I don't have kids and I'm not married. So I can still take risk, but dude, like he just takes like the most insane risk. I guess like when you're younger you can take more risk. When you start getting older, like you kind of can't, but like that's kind of just an excuse. You still really can. You can do whatever the fuck you want. Roxo? I don't even know who that is. Let me see. I've never even known who this guy is. Thoughts on Nova Axiom? I haven't tried Nova still. I should though. I use Axiom. I like Axiom. Yeah, I'd be curious to know too. I don't really know a lot about his beginnings or anything, but he's like really good, obviously. And the reason why he's also good is because he doesn't rinse copy traders. He buys things and lets them play out. That's how you know he's good. That's why I give him a lot of respect, is because he's not out doing bullshit. I don't like when people are like, this guy's a good trader, and then you see that they just rinse copy traders all day long. It's like, am I 8 figs? No. I've done well, but not that well. I'm at the point where I can, let's put it like this. I can still lose 20K in a trade and like it doesn't really bother me. Dude, I need to fucking clip that and I need to rewatch that like every moment because the fact that I just said that is actually so ridiculous. Let's see what else. What else? What's up, Mandy? Yeah, I stream on like multiple. So I'm live on like Twitch, YouTube, Twitter. Uh, how are things going? Where's Tahoe? So sadly, he passed away 2 months ago. Unfortunately, but I appreciate you asking about him. I was looking at pictures of him earlier today. I miss him a lot. Very sad though. Hope everything's been going well with you though. Yeah, it's okay. It's all right. It's sad, but like I did what I could for him. He was my best friend and I like that there are people that still there people that still like remember him. That makes me happy. But yeah, it's been hard. Like he's just sad. You know, having to say goodbye was hard. Zen said, I love Cooker and Pow. Yeah, I like both of them. I mean, dude, there was somebody last stream that was giving Cooker a hard time about they were like, oh, like Cooker, whatever. And then look at how much he is up on his useless trade. He put in 150K, he sold 22K, and he has 1 million unrealized. And people are like, oh, Cooker, whatever. I'm like, dude, Cooker has always been good. I don't remember who it was, but I had to like go through this whole thing where I was like having to back Cooker up of being a good trader. There's somebody who was like, I just don't fucking like him. And it's like, he literally bought this and held it into a loss as one of the top holders at like 6 mil and then held it and is still holding it. Like, you got to be fucking crazy to do that. Genuinely. Do I think that we will get the opportunity to buy Bitcoin under 75K again? Um, let's put it like this. I don't know. Do I think it'll happen? Yes. Would I be surprised if it doesn't? No. So it's basically me saying yes or no. I don't know. I mean, if you had to ask me, do I think that we would see it again? And if I had to put like money on it, if I had to answer it, I would say probably, yeah, we would. Clean up my coins with the display button on the pulse page. What does that mean? Do I play any games? I play this. This is like the game now. The game is just charts and red and green candles and gathering information and gambling. I'll say this, like people have brought this up before. I was even thinking about getting like a Switch too. And I like even said to myself, like, I'm not even buying this. Like, I'm not gonna play it. I don't play my Switch. I bought like Mario and Sonic. Like I bought Paper Mario and Sonic for the Switch. And um I played for like 1 day and I was just like, I so basically crypto and doing this has destroyed all dopamine from everything in my life. And so that's why like if I lose money, I don't care. If I make money, I don't care. But also why like I could never go and play a game like Fortnite or RuneScape or like anything ever again because it's like there's just no like there's like nothing. I don't know, dude. It's like there's just not any excitement that like when okay, I'll give you a good example. When you first played Fortnite for the first time, everybody was like so excited. Like everyone got so excited. You Snapchat like your story, you know what I mean? And everyone's like so fucking hype about it. And I remember that feeling of that feeling of gaming was so great. I'll say this. If you offered me 100K and told me that I'd maybe even 50K and told me I had never play another game in my life, but I could just do this, I would do it. Like it wouldn't even cost me that much. Like if you said here's 50K, I'd be like, okay. I'd just go find something else to do instead. I just like, I don't know. And then I'd take that 50K and I'd ape it into a shitter. You know what I mean? Like that's it. But yeah. Do I hold any NFTs? I actually do right now. There's like this art Pokemon collection on ETH that I trade. I've been trading in silence, and it's really cool, and I like it. But it's super liquid. Apparently, the guy's doing like a so like I don't know if you know anything about it, but it's like really cool collection. Went up to like 3 ETH. None of the NFT people are talking about it at all because like they can't grind and farm like shit and like nobody traded it because nobody fucking buys NFTs. They just like talk about how great they are. Um but yeah, like I have one of those. Don't get me started on that whole rant. I'd go in on like a whole thing there too. You play so many games like what? I know that there's like that Marvel game. Like I went on Twitch and bro, I was watching people stream on Twitch and people are so fucking checked out. I think it's because like I still follow like all the people that I knew from like 4 years ago that streamed. Bro, the people that have been streaming for like 5 years, you can tell that they don't fucking like doing it. Like I could just see it in their eyes. I'm like, "Wow, you really do not want to be doing this." Go to Pulse where there's 3 tabs and right above migrated there's a display button. You can unselect some of the options. So wait, what? What am I removing? I like all my stuff. I like the way that it is. What's wrong with what I have? What's the collection? I'll show you real quick. Can you please tell how you trade NFTs? You don't. Don't trade NFTs. Even like a lot of the NFT people aren't trading NFTs anymore, which is funny. It's this collection. So like some guy like is an artist and he made like this full collection. There's 151 of them. And they, you know, like this is Metapod, this is like Butterfree, um, Dragonite, Ekans or Arbok, Pikachu, Jolteon, Bulbasaur, Charmeleon, Cubone. You know what I mean? Like you can kind of like some of them I don't know. Like I think this is like Nido King. This is like Nidoran or something. Like some of them I don't know what they are. But these are really cool. And I like these. These are cool. But like nobody's talking about them. But yeah, I know that there's like a couple games that came out recently. And I don't know, man. Like I just you want to get into Zuki? Yeah, Zukis have been solid from what I've seen. I don't know. I just the issue is that most NFTs are on ETH, and the problem is that you can hold an NFT and like the price of the NFT may go up in ETH, but it'll go down in USD. Like Easy Eats bought a CryptoPunk, and I believe he bought it, and then it went up in ETH value, and then went down in USD value, and so technically, like it was a good trade from like ETH, like this the point of view of like ETH, but then like the USD value was like not worth it, which is so cooked. And so yeah, that's like my big problem about it is like just for the branding since I'm full time Web3. I mean, I don't know how much people care about that anymore, if I'm being honest with you. My profile picture I just generated with I generated my profile picture with like 2 or 3 years ago with AI, and I didn't even bother to ever make a better one. Like my profile picture literally sucks. It looks like shit. There's issues with it, and I never fixed it. I'll let's put it like this, like two things. One, I don't think that you get a benefit from using like an NFT PFP. And then the other thing too, I'll just say this, like these days, also I have never I am sure people steal PFPs all the time, like just use them as a PFP. Like I guarantee you if you took the PFP, like if you used like a picture of a certain NFT and you used it as your profile picture, I guarantee you that nobody would even give you shit for it. And if they did, you could even just be like, "Yeah, I'm using it as a PFP." Like what are people going to even do? I've never seen somebody get canceled and because they used like an NFT profile picture that they didn't own. Like I've never seen it. Not one time. Yeah, exactly. Timos, good example. He like memed it too. He's like, "Yeah, I sold it. So what? Make me change it," basically. Like he did not even care. So yeah, not saying not telling you what to do, but I'm just telling you like I don't think anybody gives a fuck anymore. I sure don't. That's for sure. 60% of your friends and followers. I mean, just get an elemental. Then how much are elementals? 0.2. It's like $500 if it really matters to you that much. Like just get an elemental. There's like no different. There's no difference between like an elemental and a regular Azuki. I think some of the elementals look even better, personally. Is this dead? You think, or do you think this has another run in it? Hit what 30 mil? I feel like the only NFTs that are interesting are the art ones, like you're trading the Pokemon ones. Yeah, but I don't even like care about it really. Like I bought it to make money. Like I didn't buy it because I was like I want to own this. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't buy it because I was like, "Oh, I need Like, I really think it would be cool to own this NFT. Like, that's not why I bought it at all. Because you could have literally gone on his website and you could have just bought a print, which I could have also done. Just, and I didn't. If I wanted to like own it, like, let's put it like this. 2 years ago, I definitely used to buy NFTs because I wanted to own it. There's no reason why I would want to hold an NFT like at all. And for what it's worth, there's a lot of people that don't, that still advocate for them too. People just use them as like a, what's the term I'm looking at? They look at it as a vehicle for transfer of wealth, essentially. You love Mask, but you don't fuck with the top holders. I don't really know that much about it. Is this done? Moon Pig. What's up, Octane? I think nobody said something. I totally ignored him. Mitchy, Billy, Smoking, Chicken Fish, Moo. Which would you think I should hold a bag of? I don't even know, dude. I wouldn't hold like any of those. Still waiting on your $50 from the death run? That's funny. Imagine. I did used to do those. I wonder if I still have access to those. I know there's some people that have made some really cool maps these days. Mine was like a piece of shit. Times were good. Yeah, it was fun back then. That was like back in the times before like making money on the internet and like it was like more about fun than anything else. And nowadays I feel like everything is just about like money and success and like working and shit. Like when I was streaming back then and I was doing that stuff, like I definitely did it cuz I wanted to like stream and I wanted to build up a stream, but I feel like it was a lot more like it was fun. Dude, I would never have fun playing Fortnite anymore. I could go the rest of my life without playing Fortnite. I'd be happy. Because the other thing too is they brought back like chapter 1 and like all that stuff and it was just not fun. Like it was cool like to play it twice and then it was like, all right, this still kind of sucks. You feel me? You remember me making videos trolling people for NFT whitelist? Yeah, that was like I popped the fuck off with that. Those videos did pop off. I should do more of those. Basically what happened is I spent like all of 2022 and 2023 making like really goofy and fun videos. And when 2024 and 2025 came around, there was like a lot of money to be made trading. And so I kind of stopped. Like I wanted to start making videos about trading because I wanted to like obviously get more people in Kanto and I wanted that to be like a thing. Like I wanted to get more people in my group and I wanted to make more content that was around trading. And even that I didn't really love doing because if I'm being honest, there's not a lot of people that even really care for crypto content is really hard. People don't want to learn how to trade. They just want to be told what to do. Um, so yeah, I'm streaming right now, but I guess I'm kind of doing it because this sounds weird, but when I stream, I feel like I'm not one of those people that I don't sit and like talk to myself out loud. I think to myself, obviously, because everyone does. But like, I feel like when I'm on stream and I'm talking about the market and the way that things are going, I feel like it gets me thinking on a more focused level when I stream because I have to give a thought out answer. Whereas, like, sometimes I won't, sometimes I'll be biased towards like my own self when I'm thinking about something when I'm by myself. So I almost like selfishly stream in the sense that like I want to talk about what's going on and I want to like challenge myself a little more because also if I say something on stream, I don't want to be like a fucking idiot and I don't want to say something that is obviously wrong. So like I'll try to think of whatever is the most correct thing and that's it. It sounds weird, but like I was actually thinking about that. I was like, why do I stream? And then I like told myself, oh yeah, but it's also cool like interacting with people and stuff. You got wrecked copy trading James Wynn? Yeah, a lot of people did. I don't copy trade anybody. You never know how good the old times were until those times are old. Yeah, I actually look back on that and there was a grind aspect that I really enjoyed back then about streaming and playing Fortnite and wanting to grow and shit. Um, and then oddly enough, streaming ended up just turning into IRL stuff with like Aiden Ross and Kai Cenat. Now people don't even watch other people. People don't even really watch other people game anymore. That era was like it kind of came and went. You've been getting into this and you know it's difficult, but you want to learn. It just takes time. It takes a lot of time. If you really want to get good at it, you can. I'll tell you that the one thing that stops people from getting good at this is just like anything else. They get into it and then they quit before they can even get good. And then a lot of times, like one of the other big problems with this space is when you follow people on Twitter and you feel like a piece of shit because you see other people doing better than you. But one, a lot of people are lying, and two, you don't know how long it took a lot of different people to get where they are. And so when you have a person that grinded their ass off and made a lot of money, like, and if it's legit, then yeah, like there are people that did end up like really crushing it. And you kind of can't compare yourself to somebody who's been doing this and taking the risk and all that because you just can't. Uh, Bruh, you're living in the ninth dimension. I took that as speaking out loud helps you coach yourself into more in depth decisions, which in turn benefits your mental and trading performance. Yeah, I had that thought to myself the other day where I asked myself, because I sat down and I was like, okay, why do I do the stuff that I do? Why do I make videos on Twitter, YouTube, Instagram? Why do I do certain things? Why do I stream? Because on a daily basis, like you kind of have to ask yourself, like, why do you do certain things? And so I was sitting there and I was thinking about it. I was like, why do I stream? And I was like, okay, obviously I want to make content. I want to get clips because I want to post these clips on other social media platforms. But I thought about it and I was like, if I stream, anytime somebody asks a question, I'm going to have to answer it in a way where I'm going to want to give the best answer, which makes me think about it more in depth than if I'm sitting by myself. It sounds weird, but like if I'm sitting by myself and I'm not talking out loud, like I'll just sit there and like maybe I'll be thinking about something and then I'll think about something else and then I won't like be as in depth with it. Whereas like if you're having a conversation with somebody about something, you're in the moment and you're thinking about it and you're trying to give like the best info that you can. And that's why one of the reasons why I told myself is that like I want to try to understand a little bit more about like why I make certain decisions. And that's why when people ask me, they're like, "Oh, well, why did you do this?" or like, "Why did you do that?" And there's a lot of times when I'll even catch myself and I'll be like, "Yeah, why did I do that? That was actually like really stupid." But I was probably doing it because I made a decision to myself without really like discussing it with myself, you know? I don't know, it's weird. Any people that might be listening to this might think that I'm just like stupid, but you'd be surprised as to like what you learn about yourself over time. Octane, I've gotten good at so many things. It's the same process with anything. I just know I can. It's about doing it. Yeah, it's that's like the big thing in life is when you're young, you play like sports, and some sports you're like better at, so you stick with them. It's the same thing. You just got to find what you're best at. I think one of the reasons why people are depressed in life is because they never find something that they actually really enjoy to do. Like they don't find like their thing. And like this was definitely my thing, but I had to like go search for it. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people aren't searching or they don't care or their thing is just like drinking beer and that makes them happy or whatever. It's like everyone's level of like what makes them happy is like great. But I feel like most of why, like on a daily basis, if you're going into a job that you don't like, you're obviously going to be pissed and you're going to be depressed about it. And so I feel like a lot of people are depressed because they don't find that thing that they really like to do. And it's up to you and you owe it to yourself to like go out and do that. Like you want to go and like you want to try to find whatever it is that you're the best at, because if not, then you're just leaving opportunity on the table forever, right? It's like that saying, if like certain people try, like if they didn't try making music, like they never would have known that they were like really good at something, like being a musician or like whatever. Like you kind of need to go. That's why like when I started streaming, I liked making content, but it hit me where I was like, do I really like doing this? And when the answer became no, I was like, okay, well, why? Try more things as fast as you can to find out what's your thing. Yeah, you gotta like really, you gotta go out and you gotta try different things. You joined a trade doing electrical work, and I learned it quick, but I don't see myself doing it for too long. Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like, if you didn't try, you would have never known. And I've even asked myself, like, what would I do if I wasn't in crypto anymore? And I would probably do something with like Pokemon cards or like starting another business or something. Finding an industry would be interesting. Like, I don't know. I try to just focus a lot on like what I'm doing right now because I like what I'm doing right now. I think it's a lot of fun and I'm good at it. I haven't been great at it the past like 2 or 3 months though. It goes up and down. Like as a trader, I did really well at different spurts over 2024 and 2025, and uh the past like call it, I had one good month, January, and then like maybe one good spurt in May. But besides that, like I've not been trading as well as I should be. It's really hard. You make a lot of music. It's one of my passions. The issue is monetizing music. It's all about like streams and shit. Like one of my side quests that I would love to do is I would love to like go out and make 2 or 3 like banger ass songs and then go and make music videos for them, have them clipped up and then pay like a bunch of clippers and go out and like try to get like unironically big on at, like becoming a musician just because like you go out and do that. And so one of my side quests that I'm definitely going to do one day is I'm going to make 3 songs, make music videos for them, and then just put out like 50 to 100K or something, and then just spam them all over TikTok and Instagram and whatever, and see if like I can have like a song that just catches on and gets fucking big, and and just see if I could do that just for the shits of it. Didn't I do that? I actually did make some music, and I was not very good at it, which is why like I would use AI or something these days. Like I just use AI to make me like 100 different songs with good melodies and shit, and then I would go out. Dude, I already have this whole thing planned out, by the way. I'm just not doing it because it's like a distraction to what I'm doing right now. But like I would literally just go take AI and I would have it make me like hundreds of songs until I found like three that I really liked. And then I would then go and like find one of my homies to produce like an actual song. And I would go out and I would just make like, and I would sing it, right? And then I'd go make a fucking music video, probably with AI as well, by the way. And then I would take all of those, clip them up, and then I would put fucking, like I said, like I would put like a shit ton of money towards marketing for those. It would just be like so funny to see if I could do it. And then you fuck around and you put out a hit. Like that would be so crazy. Dude, I'm like not even talking about crypto anymore. But I guess you're talking we're talking about like how you would do things if you were in certain situations. But I would totally take 50K and go try that. The funniest thing would be if it worked and then like you get signed or whatever, people discover you and they fuck with you. Oh man, that would be hilarious. Then you go around touring and shit. Oh my god. Dude, I wouldn't even want to do that. Like that's the thing too, is like performing. Fuck that. Fuck that. Dude, having to get up in front of hundreds of people and like perform, dude, no. I would not. I wouldn't even want to do that. I'd want to just like be like internet. But the whole key to my plan is I would specifically go out and I would make three songs that were really good. Like I feel like most people that don't succeed in music, it's half because most of it's marketing, but most people don't make good music, right? There's a lot of people that do, but most people don't make good music. If you went and made three songs that were really fucking good and you have the money to spend on marketing and shit, oh man. Mojo Jojo, are you asking me to play music right now? If I had a lot of money to spend in marketing, I'd create a luxury streetwear clothing brand. Yeah, that's like another one of those things. I know a couple people. That TJR guy, he has like a brand called Kill Tech. My thing is like that would be cool if that interests you. I couldn't give a fuck about clothing. Like I don't give two shits about clothing at all. If I got back into making music, I could soft shill and vibe. I would hard shill my music if I made music for sure, especially on like Twitter and stuff. Oh man, that'd be awesome. Yeah, I would love to do that. It would be fun. But like I said, that's totally a side quest. The main quest is crypto for sure. And what I'm basically doing now is I'm just at a point where I'm just waiting for the next bear market. Like I'm gonna trade on a daily basis, but I'm just gonna leave enough money like on the side to just buy the bottom of the next bear market. And that's why I don't care if anything goes up over the next 6 months, because I say to myself, like, over the next like year or 2 years when the next bear market hits, as long as I have money on the sideline to be able to buy into like the lows, like when everything's dumping again, that's where I'm gonna end up making most of my money, to be honest. Like I could make so much more risk freer money just by being stabled and just waiting until the whole market dumps again. And then just simply buying Bitcoin, which I cannot wait to do, by the way. I'm very excited. Which is why I don't care which way. If the market goes up, great. Like if the thing is, if the market goes up from here, if like let's say for example, Bitcoin does go to 200K, there are going to be opportunities where I can make money between here and like 200K Bitcoin. Like like other opportunities will come up, shitcoin, perps, whatever. Like there's going to be opportunity. If the market dumps, I'm also happy. That'd be great because then I'd be ready to. I'm already ready to buy the bottom of other stuff. Do I trade forex? No, I don't trade anything that's not crypto. I'm just like only crypto. And I'm gonna leave it like that. What coins are you gonna buy? Top 100? I'm gonna buy Bitcoin, and that's it. Next bear market, I'm literally gonna take all the money that I have and just buy Bitcoin. This market already kind of showed that buying altcoins is like a it's a risk. It's like a huge risk. Did you know that Bitcoin basically did like a 5.5x from the bottom of the bear market, and ETH did like a 2x. Solana did from like the bottom did like a 50x or something, or like 40x. Like it went insane. But most people didn't buy Solana because at the lows of Solana, the market cap of Solana was like 4 billion market cap or something. It was so low. And the market cap of ETH was like 100 billion. So everyone was still buying ETH. So most people even missed that trade. Now, yeah, I would probably buy like some meme coins, right? Like if the whole market went bear market, sure, I'd go out and I'd buy like some Solana. I'd buy some whatever the top traded coin is on Solana and ETH, whether it was SPX or Farcoin. Like I'd buy like the top meme coins. But I'm not the next bear market. I'm not going to complicate it. I'm just going to buy Bitcoin. The return might not sound great, but like I feel like one day there is going to be a world where Bitcoin is trading at like $1 million. And if there's like one more bear market that allows people to buy Bitcoin, like regular people to buy Bitcoin at 70 to 80K, it'd be insane. Like if we saw 70K Bitcoin again, I would definitely buy. Also, if I have Bitcoin already. If I saw $400,000 Bitcoin, I would sell probably. I would never see it all the way over to Bitcoin, Hyperliquid, Tau, and Pepe. I wouldn't even buy Tau or Pepe. Did he tweet? Why are there no influencers buying this? Of course, Easy Eats did. Motherfucker. Yeah, Mark Andreessen followed this, and I literally found this at 500K. right when I saw that he got followed, like that he followed the Twitter. This coin is literally running solely because Mark Andreessen followed it. I should have bought this earlier today, dude. I don't know what the fuck I was even thinking. I literally scanned this at 500K. So mad about this, actually. They shook him out, dude. I didn't even buy this, so I can't be too mad about it. But this is insane. This is getting. I want to know why. I'm like trying to find why this ran. Besides what I already know. Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea why this is pumping so hard. I really want to make an on-chain trade, like like a good solid on-chain size, like let's go out and get them type trade. You sold this at 80K. I mean, until Mark Andreessen followed it. I don't understand why he followed it though, obviously. I pulled a Pokemon card today, vintage. Infinite Backrooms lore, is it? Of course. Of course. I shorted Soul earlier. I've been in a Soul short because I thought that the market was just going to dump because missiles are literally flying into Israel right now. And everybody claimed that they cared about it 2 days ago, but now they don't. I'm not saying that they don't still, but like the market doesn't care anymore. And so the market's literally been pumping like all day. So I'm like sitting in a fucking Soul short position that I don't even want to fucking be in. The market's now just going to pump everything back. This is crazy. So I wonder how many people actually. There are a decent amount of influencers that actually did this. What's the best tools to know if a coin is going to dump and short it? Well, you can go on a platform and you can short it, but there's no tool that's going to tell you when a coin's going to dump, unless you wanted to use something like Stockchain, where you see that there's whales that are selling a certain token. Like you can see that, for example, like a lot of people are selling Aura. So like maybe if you found somebody somewhere like Popcat, like, this is the most like, oh, a lot of people are buying Chill House, a lot of people are buying Fartcoin, maybe I long it. A lot of people are selling, whatever. So stock chain is good because you can see like how much like net whale volume is like coming in and out of a coin, but it's not like the end all be all. You kind of have to make that decision for yourself. A lot of it is very dependent on war and tariffs and stupid shit like that right now. Unfortunately. Am I looking for an entry? Not really. Isn't this after the fact? Well, technically, yeah. Technically, yes. But you don't have to be like, you don't have to front run it. Yeah, I'm about to get stopped out on a fucking short that I don't even want to be in. This is so stupid. Of course, like Bitcoin's not even running. Like Bitcoin's sitting. It's like actually dumping right now. And yet, like Soul is like fucking running. What makes a god entry on a coin? Well, I've stared at like 20, 30,000 charts in my life, so you kind of just get a feeling when things like, for example, would I assume that this would dump? Probably. Oh yeah, the front, dude. If you front run a good position, it's amazing. Being a good trader is being able to identify whether or not somebody is gonna like something is gonna happen before it happens. Which is why I sold all my spot Solana over the past month, which ended up being a good trade. But now I have to find a good entry back into everything, which could be a while. And I shorted the market because I literally thought that Bitcoin and Sol was gonna like today I thought that Sol was gonna drop below like 140, so I shorted, and then it didn't. It pumped because I literally was seeing like the market is so weird. Historically, um, after war gets announced and shit and missiles and whatever, the markets do pump for whatever reason. It just kind of always happens. And I've known that, but I even told myself, I was like, nah, I think like Sol and Bitcoin is going to dump. And I shorted today, and now I'm literally like going to get fucking stopped out of a position because I went short. And then, of course, like everything bounced like right after that. Where do I think the trenches will go in the next few months? I mean, people are still going to chase like 10K market cap shitters. The problem is they already dropped. Yeah, I know. The news has already hit. We already kind of know. Everyone's like, all right, we're not as like worried about it anymore. It's just so funny because like the markets literally will react so harshly and so emotionally to this shit and then not care like a day later. They're like, all right, whatever. I'm like, why then why was it such an like why was it why did the market get so affected if you're not going to care about it the next day? That's just how people are. That's what market makers do. Market makers, they use headlines to just dump, and they're like, "Oh, wow. We're going to dump because there's a reason for this to dump, and we'll shake everyone out." Then buy back, and then everyone will buy back after us, like type shit. So yeah, if Solana goes to like 160, which is like basically right there, I'm going to have to take a loss on a short, and then I'm going to close it, and the second that I close it, the whole market's going to fucking implode because they're going to announce that something stupid happened, and then Sol's going to go to like 135. It is funny too because like Sol has been just mooning all day. Price action still not clear. Ahmed, dude, I entered in a short at 144 with 20x lev, and it's been going up the whole day. Like, it was just the word. It's the same thing, dude. Like, you were right. I just took a bad trade. I was bored. Your IRL friend got into trading, and in 2 weeks, he's averaging 30 SOL a day. Yeah. It can happen. Some people can be good. 20x? I know, dude. I might not even do leverage trading anymore, to be honest. I might quit. The good news is that it wasn't with that much. I'm only down a few grand. I can stomach that. I can lose a few K off of a dumb decision. I'm fine with that. I will never put in more into one trade than I'm willing to lose on like any specific trade. Dude, I should have gone to the gym tonight instead of streaming. I hope you guys enjoyed the conversation tonight. Why don't I buy a BMW M4? So I drive an SUV. It's the only car I've ever had. And the reason why is because I've been renting and I live in an apartment for a while. I'd really like to buy a Porsche or something fucking crazy. But I told myself that here's the progression of what happened. I want a car that's really nice. I told myself that I would only buy a nice car if I had somewhere to keep it, right? And then I told myself, okay, I'm only going to buy a nice car if I have a garage. And then I was like, okay, so I have to buy a house. So I was like, yeah, I would. That's like what I really want. Like, I really want a house. And then I've been like looking at houses too. And then I'm like, okay, well, now I only want to buy a house if it's like a really not like a house that I like really want. And so that's like kind of the progression of it where I'm like, I don't want to buy a car because I want to be able to store it somewhere where no one can fuck with it, which I think is fair. And then I want a nice enough house. And I just like have not gone through the process of like I feel like the house comes first and then the car comes after. Because if I bought a car right now, the car would not make me happier than if I bought a house. Which I could buy a house, by the way. I just haven't done it yet. Make sense? Because if I got like a Porsche or whatever, like $150,000 or $200,000 car, I would not keep it somewhere where it wasn't like fully enclosed and everything. And but also like there's apartments where you can get like there's like garages and shit, and it's just like I just don't even want that either. But yeah, so that's kind of my thought on that. But I'd like to. I'd definitely like to. I feel like I can't buy anything like crazy expensive until I have a house. And because I've kind of just been pushing that off, can't really buy anything. I've literally just been saving. The only thing that I've spent money on this year has been Pokemon cards. House is a top priority, totally. I think it's like the main priority. And no hate, like people can go buy whatever they want. If I didn't, here's the other thing. My car has 200,000 miles on it and it still runs. I'm one of those people that like I have like a really hard time selling things and not using things that I already have. I will never be one of those people to buy like 5 watches. If I went, and I don't even want to watch, like I have a Rolex, but like I know some people that literally have like 10 watches and I'm just like I would not I like one thing is like it's cool to have like one nice thing, but one thing is that people don't realize is like if you buy like 5 watches or something like that, like I feel like especially if they're like Richard Millie's or Audemars or whatever, like the the excitement and the happiness that you get out of that stuff diminishes like as you get it. I don't know why I'm even talking about this. How the what am I even fucking saying? What do I think the next huge bear market will look like? Do you think generational wealth buying opportunities will come up just like last bear? Yeah, I was talking about this earlier. Next bear, I'm literally just gonna buy Bitcoin. Like I'm gonna buy so much Bitcoin, and then maybe some alts, but not really much because we saw like what happened with ETH. Like for example, everybody would say, "Oh, I'm gonna buy Solana at the bottom of the next bear market or something." But it's like, what happens if another blockchain comes out and it like takes over and like no one uses Solana anymore? Nobody thought that that could happen to ETH, and then it did. I think Solana is like a little bit safer, but next bear market, I would totally just fucking buy Bitcoin and have it just be like the main part of my portfolio, and then I would just like trade shitters. Like I would own enough Solana and shit so that I could trade and make money. Totally. I kind of want to top blast this. Like, could I make a quick 10 soul if I just top blasted this real quick? I think you'll get. I really do think that we get another entry into Bitcoin that's favorable. Let's put it like that. I think that there's more favorable Bitcoin positions on the horizon down the road. Do I buy this? That ain't nothing. Toyota 400 selling 500,000 miles. Yeah, that's the thing is like when you have stuff that you like. Like I like my car. I know this. Buying a fast car is going to be fucking awesome. It is not going to make me. It's not going to make me as happy as how much it's going to cost. I'm going to do it because I'm going to want like, and maybe it'll change my mind. Like maybe if I get like something really cool, like whatever. But it's like I feel like if you spend 100K on a car, I don't think it's gonna make me $100,000 like happier. Dude, when is Solana gonna fucking dump? It is literally like it has been pumping all day. Just fucking dump, please. Like one time. One time so I can just get out of this position without like having to eat as much of a loss. Like holy fuck. It really double bottomed and then just full sent from the bottom. It's so annoying. What the fuck did this guy even do? Why did he do this? All right, so what do you think? Type 1 if I buy this, type 2 if I don't. If I buy it, it would be a top blast. Zoom out. Zoom out of this chart. Yeah. Is this what you're talking about? It's about to test highs. Yeah. It's like 9.5 was the a top last year would be super risky, but I feel like this is the kind of shit that's just gonna magically pump to like 15 mil today. Top blasting an $8 million token right before volume for the night usually dies down is scary. Good point. The only reason as to why I think this might be different is because people are looking for something to buy. Like people want to buy stuff. Does have like the Mark Andreessen speculation behind it. But you make a good point. This is around the time when everyone sells off all of their positions to go to bed. The best time to buy this would be like 5 in the morning, 6 in the morning. And then you sell at like 10 in the morning. Like that would probably be the better play. This is what happens when I get bored. I just say that I just want to buy stuff just to buy it. You know? Don't do it. I don't think I'm going to. Let's see what happens though. I'm so mad about Solana right now. I'm actually about to get shaken out of a fucking my god. Dude, it dumped down to 100. It wicked down to like 141 and it literally has gone up to 146, which is not that big of a pump. Obviously, it's less than like, a couple percent. But the fact that it like when you're in a position, like a high leverage position, it fucking sucks when it's going against you and it just keeps pumping. You just realized that Sol dumped 18%. What, from the top? From the recent top, like 2 days ago? Yeah, I should have fucking longed this. But I told you this morning I woke up and I longed Launchcoin and then I lost like $1,000 because of course it dumped. And then I was like, oh, the market sucks. I'm gonna fucking short Solana, and then it died. Look, if I had bought this, yep, I would have been right. I had it loaded up and you guys fudded me out. You guys fudded me out. I was gonna buy it 8 mil. I would have been up 10 Sol already. Grand F and F are behind this. I'm sure they are. Where's flipping profits is buy. I'd have been selling right now too. It's incredible. Today was just not my day. Today is just not my day. Yo, Ahmed, so Bitcoin is just ranging and Sol just keeps going up. ETH isn't even going up. It's the only coin that is like mooning right now, and it's the one that I shorted. Hyperliquid is also dumping. It is even Hype is not going up. Solana is the only coin in this market. Well, SWE. Why is SWE doing the same thing? Actually, that's funny. I'm so cooked. Bro said, maybe next time don't listen to chat. Stop complaining. All right, dude. Obviously, I don't care. Do I think people saw Aura and they switched? No, I do not think that people saw that a shitcoin was pumping and decided to buy into Sol because of it. I don't think that's it. Even fart coins dumping? Dude, everything's dumping except for the one coin that I shorted. Go figure. A lot of people are pumping this though. I feel like this is the same thing as that A16Z coin though, that people thought that A16Z was behind, but they're not. And then when Mark Andreessen comes out and says that he's not involved with this, it's just going to dump. So yeah, I'm not going to buy it. Wow. This is Easy Eats if you know him. He just top blasted. I would wait for this to dump. I don't like buying tops, especially in this market. Yeah, for some reason, Solana is the only coin that's pumping. And it's pumping like hard. Solana and Sui are both mooning right now for whatever reason. And they've been mooning like all day. Like, Solana has not had a dip for 9 hours. Hello, my favorite trader. What's up? Good to see all you guys on this Saturday night. Seems like everyone else has a life because everyone here is sitting on their PC like I am, watching streams and shit. Last night I went to a concert. That was fun. Everyone's like, nope, I don't have a life. Hopefully this week, Solana ETF. The thing is, I feel like the Solana ETF is going to be a sell the news event. Like the thing is, like everything is basically like a sell the news event. Unless that's why it's pumping right now, is because there's like insider shit going on that is going to pump this up to like 160, 170 and try to like retest like the high of before there was all that war shit going on, which wouldn't surprise me actually, by the way. If I was not in a Solana position right now, I would probably long it. But because I'm in, I kind of want to just like wait. Damn, my fucking neck hurts. Jesus. If Soul reached 170 to 180, yeah, for sure. I'll say this. I don't think that Solana is going to go back to 200 this cycle, probably. The only way that would happen is if meme coins like really, really popped off and everyone was holding it because they were bullish that like, you know, meme coins were popping off. People were using Solana for something. Like a big part of why I think Solana is dumping and why it has not been doing very well recently is because normies and regular people are not buying, and even people that are trading, like people that are trading this shit on a daily basis are also not holding Solana. They're just using it to buy things and then sell them and then swap their profit into stables. You stable after every day? That's like exactly what I mean. Like everybody that I know stables all their profit that they make these days. So I feel like people aren't holding, like people don't hold like they used to. I don't get how these traders that trade all new pairs make so much money. Every time I trade new pairs, I get rinsed. Does somebody in Twitch chat want to explain to Moots FPS as to what's happening when people are trading new pairs and making so much money? Am I holding Solana now? No. I sold all my Solana. I don't have any. I have like 50 Sol or something. I sold like everything I had. I don't dox net worth, but I'm doing good. I said this earlier. I could lose 20K on a trade like I did 2 days ago, trying to long Launchcoin, and then the war happened and not be affected by it. Wow, this is pumping. This has got to dump though. So if you were me with a one Sol port, what would you do? Um, dude, people ask this like all the time. Uh, I'd probably like. Well, first of all, if I only had one Sol to trade, I would definitely have a job. If I was actually serious about wanting to make money in crypto, I would probably trade and blow that one Sol on like very small, like I'd buy 0.02 or 0.03 and I'd just try to like build that up as much as possible. And if I lost it all, I would just like take all the money. This is basically what I did. Like I took all the money that I had left over at the end of the month when I was working my job and I just put it all into crypto. But yeah, I would like these days, like I would 1,000,000% be working to try to be able to trade with more money. When I started, I think I had like 5K in crypto when I first started. I had been working my job for a couple years. I already had crypto. Fun fact, I was mining Ethereum back in 2018, and the money that I used to initially buy my first NFT was money that I had mined. It was ETH that I had mined. I was literally like, that was my first bag of crypto that I had. Then I sold my mining rig and I ended up taking that and putting it like directly into crypto. I remember I felt so happy. I was like, man, I have 3K on like a cold wallet. It was so great. How did people make money off of an NFT? Uh, you just buy it low and sell it high. Like NFTs were just like, think about NFTs like at like listings on eBay. It's like the same concept. But after I was buying NFTs, I also bought into meme coins and stuff too. The meme coins were so different because they would just moon so hard. Thoughts on someone with a 150K port trying to get to 7 figs? See, that's something I could actually like speak on a little bit more. What I would do is I would trade every day and I would just try to stack $1,000 or $2,000 wins like every day. Or like if you see a really good setup, like do that. And I would just consistently like stack small wins. And then when the real good plays show up, I would size into those. That's what I would do. That's what I did. I basically like traded, made like, you know, good, like I made a couple grand a day, but then I was also hitting like some 20, 30, $40,000 days like during the AI days. And then when Trump came around, I just did that. Like I just bought a shit that like Trump was my best trade. Thoughts on someone with a one soul port? I literally just explained this like 2 seconds ago. Like no more than 5 minutes ago, actually. Yeah, I'm fucked on this long that I'm in. Chud house. Fucking insane. What long? I longed it's not like a crazy position. I longed Solana or I shorted Sol because I thought that it was gonna I thought that it was gonna dump. I kept seeing like all of the news on like missiles and stuff. And I thought that like something crazy was gonna happen for some reason. Yeah, Trump was like the best thing ever. But yeah, what I would just do is like I would just stack wins, small wins, and try not to hit home runs. And then when like the good opportunities present themselves, I would take more risk on those. I basically threw like all my risk management and shit like out of the fucking window the past like 3 months. I've just been like aimlessly like going and just what I've been doing, honestly, is I've been trying to hit a home run because I'm like simply that I wouldn't say bored, but like I would really like after you hit a trade, like this is one thing that really sucks is after you hit a trade like Trump or like any of those like the AI or like Chill Guy or like any of those Peanut, dude, Peanut was like an insane trade. It's like once you hit those, it's like it's just so hard. This sounds fucked up, but it's like so hard to go back to like hitting smaller trades. And that's one thing that like I really, really, really need to work on is I am over trading my ass off and I would literally just be better doing nothing. I would outperform myself if I didn't just fucking go out and trade a bunch of shit. But I do it because it's like I just I don't know, I don't have like anything else to do. Hyper gambling? Yeah. That's why I give like Cupsy respect. The dude is literally made like whatever it is, $20 million and still rinses like point 0.2 per trade on 500 trades a day. But I think it's because he just views it as like the cumulative on the whole day. Whereas like I don't take 500 trades a day. I take like 3. And so my 3 have to be a lot more specific. And plus, I don't have the luxury of being as big and famous as Cupsy to where his wallet is still being copy traded after all of this time. He literally has the ultimate like free money printer. The rich get richer. Well, yeah, in crypto, it kind of works like that. One of the biggest regrets that I actually do have is I stopped using my main wallet because I started using Axiom and I didn't want to import my main wallet. So I started a fresh wallet. And I did have people that tracked my old wallet. And I could have definitely gotten a little bit more of a push on certain trades that I was in. And I probably could have grown a little bit more if I had just continued to trade on my main. But instead, I started on a fresh wallet and didn't share it. But I don't really regret it because I'm probably just going to go back and start using my old wallet again. The goal is to make 10 SOL a day. If you could make 10 SOL a day, you're crushing it. Like that would be so good. 10 SOL a day would be like amazing. Cupsy is a demon. He's on 19 hours a day and doesn't miss a single new pair. Just unreal. Well, he just like, dude, he just sits there and he's just like buy, sell, buy. He just clicks buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell, like on everything that comes out. Like, he just wants the millions, man. The other thing is it's a lot harder to do what he does now if you're starting like fresh. Before, you could even like copy trade him into a lot of stuff and make money. Cupsy is not a cabal. I mean, I don't know. I don't really know that much about him. What are your biggest regrets this cycle? Not stabling more in January and continuing to size into on chain trades, even though it wasn't working anymore. So, for example, um, when Morning Routine came out, or when the Grok coin, not Gork, but Grok, when Morning Routine and Grok came out, I don't know if you remember both of those, but they mooned to like 20 or 30 million and then they dumped super hard. And I bought both of them on dumps when they had like their first dip from like 20 or 30 million, however high they went, down to like 7 or 8. And I would size in like heavily at those levels and they would just continuously get dumped. And like morning routine, like never bounced back. Never, like not once, did not bounce back at all. Grok did, and I did get shaken out of it. But the point was, is that like there came a point when I was using a strat, which my old strat used to be to buy coins on major retraces with size. And then that's what I would do. My biggest mistake is that I rinsed like probably 50K back in February and March simply by sizing into dips and not cutting the like sizing into dips and DCAing way too long and not cutting like soon enough, if that makes sense. And that's one of the reasons why I don't even size in on Sol anymore because, as you know, even the big traders like JS and Cooker and like a lot of these people, like they don't even size into stuff anymore on chain really because it doesn't make sense to. Because these days everyone tracks those wallets and so they see when JS buys or something, like a lot of people just kind of use those pumps as exit liquidity. There aren't a lot of whales that are constantly buying into tokens, and when they are, what are they buying into? Well, they're buying into something like fucking Aura where they have total control over it, and they literally went and they fucking, what did this guy do? You like quick flip this? uh instead they're coordinating like mega pumps on coins that they have supply cornered, and they're making money this way. Like, why would, think about it, why would a whale want to ape into a coin that they don't know what the intent of the people, like why would a whale buy 1% of a token when the other 99%, or let's just say 80%, is in the hands of somebody who's just going to dump it? People are cool to size into perps trades, or like, you know, because they're a little bit safer. People are willing to size into like, you know, the Aura cabal. They all aped this like fucking crazy. Why did they all ape this? Because they knew that they had the supply cornered. How does taxes work with crypto when withdrawing out of a wallet? You don't, it's not about withdrawing. You have to pay taxes regardless if you withdraw or not. Every trade that you make is taxable. So you go get a crypto tax software such as Awaken, and then um you put in your address and it calculates it for you, and then you pay it. Even if you trade on chain and you don't withdraw a single dollar, you still have to pay the taxes on what you pay on chain or what you trade on chain. Regardless if you cash out or not, you have that obligation. That's not true. Yes, it is. I literally work with a crypto tax software. Partnerships, Awaken Tax, Awaken Crypto Tax and Tracking. How do they find out if you cash out or not? Are you KYC'd on an exchange? I don't even really want to like, I don't want to speak on like a lot of this stuff because it's like, realistically, I think a lot of it depends on the size, right? Like if you're not trading with like a ton of size, like I don't know how much it matters. You've never KYC'd on any exchange, well then you're probably fine. But the question is when you do cash out, how's that going to work, you know? You do crypto to cash IRL? Well, in that case, I don't think that they would know. Not everybody can do that. Do you need a certain amount of SOL to be taxed? I think there's like a threshold. What is this? Announcing BuyReal, our first on-chain DEX incubated by Bybit, will be live by the end of the month, starting from scratch. Sex and DEX synergy isn't just another DEX, it's combining. This is what real hybrid finance looks like. Future Sex and DEX project launch coming soon. Unified liquidity and speed. Yeah, fucking, of course. That's insane. Now even Bybit is hopping into. Thoughts on Fartcat? If I mean the speculation on Fartcat is basically just that Mark Andreessen followed it, so it's like that's the whole reason why people are buying it. You don't think that you'd get audited if it's some insane chunk? We'll put it like this: I have no idea what the like. First of all, apparently, like a lot of the IRS got cooked anyway. Um, it's just it's like with anything else, like it's not just with crypto. Like you have the choice to disclose what you want to disclose, right? Like on your taxes. It's like totally up to you. So, like same thing with your job and shit. Like you don't have to do like, you know what I mean? Like you can do whatever you want, but like it's just random. So, what is this going to be? We're working along Solana Dex. So they're building like Photon and Axiom and isn't it a bit absurd how it went from 100K to 8 mil by a simple follow? Is the dude another Elon? Mark Andreessen is the like founder of A16Z. Isn't it absurd that it went that high because of that? Yeah, but we've seen some stupid shit. But that is the speculation. It wouldn't have ran without that. Yeah, he's like the GOAT. But I mean, I'm not like, do you remember A16Z, like with multiple E's? We don't need another photon. We want the bundlers gone. Well, Bybit is literally creating this. Look, you can like, I mean, we can read this. So BuyReal is a new on-chain liquidity network for the new wave of assets where real value is listed, blah, blah, blah. It's a centralized exchange and DEX synergy. So I'm assuming that that means that you're just going to be able to trade all assets. I mean, it makes sense if you're a company like Bybit. You can trade all assets on this platform so that you can, like, you don't have to go and trade like Bitcoin, like, because you can't trade Bitcoin or whatever on Photon or Bullex or Axiom or any of those. Like, if you wanted, like, wouldn't it be better if you had like a one stop fucking thing where you could go trade like everything that you want and hold your spot there and then also still like trade shitters? That's what I'm assuming this is. I mean, they didn't show an example, but and it says that they're going to have yield vaults, so I'm assuming that they're also going to let you like imagine just like their current exchange, but there's like a DEX associated with it where you can trade shitters. As long as it has as good of a UI as Axiom, that's funny. I almost guarantee that you would have to KYC to use this. Like, I would bet almost everything that you would. The wait is over. You can now trade gold, stock, and Forex and indices directly on your Bybit app. Is that not a good addition? I mean, it depends on what the fees are. And they would never do an airdrop, but neither are any of these other projects going to. I mean, it depends on how it is. If it's nice, like if people want to use it. Doesn't sound like they have a referral system. Maybe they do. I don't know. The referral system probably wouldn't be as good as I don't know. They should do the airdrop. I mean, yeah, all these trading platforms should do airdrops, but like they're not going to. Can I like can I can I unfollow this coin? Like, do I have to keep following IBRL that everyone thought was going to be a good coin and then ended up like not doing anything? How high do I think FartCat can go? I have no idea because it's literally just all based off of the speculation of one guy following it on Twitter. And Mark Andreessen like never tweets about coins, so he's not gonna. The thing is, you have more of a risk of him tweeting and saying he's not associated with it than he is. JS was talking about Brainlet. I mean, Brainlet is. I remember when Brainlet came out, dude. This cooked so hard. and it was pushed by like Pepe whales, like an incredible like it went pretty high, and then yeah, around the time that like everything kind of slowed down. He also follows 20K people. Yeah, that too. I mean, I look, you guys know better than me. How what are the chances of it being legit? Legit, you know? Like how many times have you heard legit? Like is it real? It never is. Like MEXC has a built-in dex. Does it? I don't use MEXC, so I wouldn't know. You think you have JS's new wallet? I could get it if I wanted it. Who knows? He might be bored too. If you asked me to go find his new wallet, I could go find it. I haven't like thought about going and looking at what JS is doing these days. Yeah, so Cooker's Twitter got removed. That was pretty crazy. I don't know how the fuck that happened. Got suspended. But God. Mr. Frog just followed me on Twitter. How did he even find my thing? That's funny. The one you have is 3. Just send me the whole thing. Well, no, it wasn't just Cooker that got his Twitter account removed. It was like a lot of people that got it removed. Like, what's his name? All of AI 16Z's, like all their stuff got removed too. And Shaw, same thing. Let's see if it shows up. Huh. I have no idea. Maybe. I hate that Soul Scan is like so hard to navigate through. Yeah, I hate Soul Scan. Such a bad tool for such a big chain. I need to go through like these old coins. What tool would I recommend? I don't even know right now. Stock chain is good, but it depends on what you're trying to do. A lot of times I kind of just deal with it and just go on Soul Scan and just figure it out. What are my thoughts on Crash Out? I don't know. I haven't even looked into it, so I wouldn't know. This whole like OG thing is kind of weird. I'm not like very I'm not like going and looking for old OG coins to ape into right now, to be honest. This happens every so often and like people just give up on it. Sorry about this. Um Do you think it's possible to 100x your port if you have 100 Solanas this year? Am I dreaming? I mean, you could do whatever you want. Anything's possible, but like, I'd set smaller goals. I'd aim to 2x it first. You know? You got an alert for man? Dude, if this dumps to like 100 mil, I would ape it. Yeah, if you had 100 soul and you're trying to 100x it, the goal should not be to hit home runs. It should be to stack small wins and be ready to sit on your computer for the next year or two. It's the advice that I have not been taking on my own. Did I see the Aura team was stacking out thousands of soul? I did. I did see that actually. They literally sold $1 million worth at the top, which turned the top into where the chart is now. Yeah, solo is just insane. 5K into 150K. Look, there's your 100x right there. You don't? Hold on. You don't understand why the team would sell so early? Dude, they pumped it to 200 million market cap. How much higher were they going to go? The top Aura holder who held 20 million tokens just transferred 10 million tokens to another wallet and dumped all of it in under 5 minutes. Why don't I use the custom Axiom stuff? Because I don't know, I just haven't. Yeah, what Zen said is right. I mean, they sold because liquidity was, you know, it was 6 or 7 mil up there. These guys love just bidding new stuff, man. Saturday night, people are just like buying fucking 6K. It's just like that's all it is, man. Buy at 5K, sell at 6K. Like, how often does stuff like Fartcat come up? Like all the time. I feel like honestly, like right. There's like LARP coins like that that happen all the time. Whether they're real or not, that's totally different though, obviously. You're trying to build up your port where you can size in like me and JS. It just comes with it comes with different things. Like sizing in has its own skills for sure, because like especially on chain, if you want to size into something, you got to think of like a lot of different things. Like when you size in on chain, scaling out is important. Like you don't want to get hit with like, you know, size like like price impact. Like there's just so many things like that come into it. When you're buying into bigger stuff, you have to ask yourself like, am I going to DCA? Am I going to cut position? Like there's just so many things that happen with. But yeah, it's definitely better to be able to size. Am I done with the free membership giveaway? I've been giving out free like access to whoever I think is actually gonna hang out and grind and shit. Like I've been recently giving memberships to people that I think that would actually use it. Yeah. But yeah, if you trade like on a daily basis or whatever, just tag me like in public chat at Kanto and I'll check it out. The hardest part is like sometimes I want to give people like a free shot and then I won't know what their Discord is. Yeah, I think I'm gonna be done streaming for tonight. I've kind of been on for a while and I'm not really doing much anyway. Yeah, if any of you guys are looking to hop in, I don't mind like giving out some free monthlies. Just tag me in public chat. So yeah, I'm gonna hop off. I'm very tired actually. Buy a new pair for the one time? No, I'm not gonna do that tonight. I'm like tired as fuck. Yeah, I'm hopping off. I'm like tired, and I was like looking at something, and I was like, yeah, why am I still awake? Like I'm so fucking tired. I was gonna go to the gym tonight, and then I ended up not even going to the gym, which is ridiculous. Um, yeah, appreciate you guys. I'll be hanging out in Kanto tonight, like I always am. I'm gonna host this fucking guy on Twitch. If you're on Twitch, there's this guy who just go into his chat after this stream is over and ask him to show all of like the beer cans and shit that he has. He literally has like 1,000 beer cans like on the ground in his fucking mom's attic that he streams from. So like it's kind of weird, but you could definitely like just ask him. If you don't have to stay very long, I'm just saying, like, if you want to see an old man that has a shit ton of like beer cans in his shit in his house, like it's just in his room, it's just weird. Like you'll see it. You'll see. I'm tired. You're not actually weird. You're gonna go back and watch this man child. Just fucking just you'll see. You'll see. I'm tired, man. I just want to go to bed. If you want a free membership, just tag me in the public chat of Kanto and I'll give you like a week or two. Sound good? All right. Take it easy, guys. Thank you for everything. I'll be back streaming again soon. And yeah, go say what's up to this dude and ask him to show his bald spot and all the beer cans.